The Philippines, an archipelago nation known for its warm hospitality, has always been a melting pot of cultures. Filipinos have a long history of welcoming foreigners to their shores. However, recent years have witnessed a surge in the number of foreign nationals, particularly from China, settling in the country. This influx has brought about economic opportunities, but also raised concerns about national security, social cohesion, and the integrity of Philippine institutions. While many foreign nationals contribute positively to Philippine society, there are growing concerns about a subset involved in illicit activities. These individuals often operate in the shadows, exploiting loopholes in the system and engaging in criminal enterprises. Their actions threaten not only the safety and security of Filipinos, but also the very fabric of Philippine society. The increasing presence of these individuals raises critical questions about the effectiveness of immigration controls, the vulnerability of government institutions to corruption, and the role of citizens in safeguarding their nation. It is imperative to address these concerns head-on to ensure that the Philippines remains a welcoming and secure home for all its citizens. One of the most alarming aspects of this issue is the alleged procurement of Philippine documents through fraudulent means. Reports surface regularly about syndicates offering falsified birth certificates, passports, and other identification documents, primarily to Chinese nationals. These documents grant them access to the privileges and protections afforded to Filipino citizens, enabling them to integrate into society, conduct business, and even participate in the political process. The ease with which these documents are reportedly obtained exposes serious vulnerabilities within the Philippine bureaucratic system. It suggests a network of corrupt officials willing to exploit their positions for personal gain, jeopardizing national security for a profit. This corruption erodes public trust and undermines the rule of law, creating an environment where criminal elements can thrive. Addressing this issue requires a multi-pronged approach. It necessitates a thorough investigation into the operations of these syndicates and the prosecution of those involved, including corrupt officials. Implementing stricter safeguards in the issuance and verification of official documents is crucial to prevent future abuse. The acquisition of Philippine citizenship through dubious means opens the door for foreign nationals to participate in the country's political system. This raises concerns about potential foreign influence in policymaking and decision-making processes. The allegiance of those who pledge their loyalty to the Philippines while holding questionable documents comes under scrutiny. The presence of individuals with questionable backgrounds and positions of power poses a significant risk. They could be susceptible to manipulation or coercion by foreign entities, potentially compromising national interests. The integrity of the Philippine political system hinges on the assurance that those elected or appointed to positions of authority are genuinely committed to serving the nation and its people. Safeguarding the integrity of the Philippine political system requires constant vigilance from both the government and its citizens. This includes rigorous vetting procedures for candidates seeking public office, transparency in campaign financing, and mechanisms for the public to hold elected officials accountable for their actions. The influx of foreign nationals, particularly those operating outside the purview of the law, has been linked to a surge in various criminal activities within the Philippines. These activities range from online scams and gambling operations to more serious crimes like money laundering, drug trafficking, and human trafficking. Law enforcement agencies face significant challenges in combating these criminal networks. The transnational nature of their operations, coupled with their ability to exploit legal loopholes and corrupt officials, makes them difficult to track and prosecute. The Philippine government needs to enhance its law enforcement capabilities, strengthen border controls, and improve coordination with international agencies to effectively address this growing threat. The social costs of these criminal activities are immense. They erode public trust, fuel corruption, and create an environment of fear and insecurity. Addressing these issues is not just about enforcing the law. It is about protecting the safety and well-being of Filipino citizens and preserving the social fabric of the nation. Section 5. The Voter's Burden, a Call for Vigilance. In a democratic society, the responsibility to safeguard the nation's integrity does not rest solely on the government's shoulders. Every citizen, especially those eligible to vote, carries the burden of vigilance and informed decision-making. This responsibility becomes even more critical in the face of attempts to manipulate the system from within and without. Voters must be critical in evaluating candidates vying for their support. It is crucial to look beyond empty promises and scrutinize their backgrounds, platforms, and allegiances. Supporting candidates known for their integrity, competence, and genuine commitment to serving the nation is paramount. The power of the electorate lies not just in casting a vote, but in making that vote count. An informed and engaged citizenry is the most potent weapon against corruption, manipulation, and threats to national security. Section 6. Government accountability, a cornerstone of integrity. While the vigilance of the citizenry is crucial, the government must also be held accountable for its actions or lack thereof. Transparency in governance, especially in areas like immigration and law enforcement, is paramount. The public has the right to know how these systems are functioning and where vulnerabilities exist. Regular audits of government agencies responsible for immigration, document issuance, and law enforcement are crucial to identify and address any weaknesses or corrupt practices. Strengthening whistleblower protection laws can encourage individuals with knowledge of wrongdoing to come forward without fear of reprisal. Building a culture of accountability within the government is not merely a matter of implementing laws and regulations. It requires a genuine commitment from those in positions of power to act with integrity, transparency, and a deep sense of responsibility towards the nation and its people. Section 7. The stakes are high: national security and economic stability. The implications of unchecked foreign influence and criminal activity within the Philippines extend far beyond immediate security concerns. They have the potential to undermine the nation's economic stability, erode social cohesion, and jeopardize its standing in the international community. When foreign entities gain undue influence over key sectors of the economy, it can lead to unfair competition, exploitation of resources, and a weakening of national economic sovereignty. The proliferation of criminal activities, particularly those involving fraud and corruption, creates an environment of uncertainty that deter foreign investment and hinders economic growth. The Philippines, with its rich human and natural resources, has the potential to be a major player on the global stage. However, to fully realize this potential, it must address the threats posed by corruption, criminality, and foreign interference. Section 8. The price of complacency, a warning for the future. Failure to address these pressing issues carries the risk of long-term consequences for the Philippines. Complacency in the face of corruption and foreign interference could lead to a weakening of democratic institutions, increased social unrest, and a decline in the overall quality of life for Filipino citizens. If left unchecked, these problems could create a climate of fear and distrust, eroding the social fabric of the nation. It is crucial to remember that the Philippines, throughout its history, has overcome numerous challenges through the resilience and unity of its people. The current situation demands a similar spirit of vigilance, collective action, and a steadfast commitment to safeguarding the nation's sovereignty and the well-being of its people. Section 9. A call to action, protecting the Philippine identity. Protecting the Philippines from the threats posed by corruption, criminal elements, and foreign interference is not just the responsibility of the government or law enforcement agencies. It is a collective responsibility that falls on the shoulders of every Filipino citizen. Citizens must educate themselves about these issues, engage in constructive dialogue, and hold their elected officials accountable for their actions. A vigilant and informed citizenry is the first line of defense against those who seek to exploit the nation for their own gain. The Philippines has a rich history of resilience, determination, and a deep love for the nation. It is time to tap into that spirit once again to protect the country's future. Section 10. Transparency and accountability, the path forward. The path forward for the Philippines lies in strengthening the very foundations of its democracy, transparency, and accountability. Transparency ensures that the government's actions are open to scrutiny by the public, while accountability ensures that those in positions of power are held responsible for their decisions and their consequences. Implementing robust freedom of information laws, protecting journalists and whistleblowers, and creating independent bodies to investigate corruption are crucial steps in this direction. It is also essential to foster a culture of public service, where integrity, honesty, and ethical conduct are not just ideals, but the norm. Building a brighter future for the Philippines requires a collective effort, a shared vision, and an unwavering commitment to the principles of democracy, justice, and the rule of law. Section 11. Towards a stronger Philippines unity and vigilance. The challenges facing the Philippines are significant, but they are not insurmountable. The nation has overcome adversity in the past, emerging stronger and more united. The key to overcoming these challenges lies in recognizing them for what they are, refusing to be apathetic, and taking decisive action to address them. It is a call for every Filipino, regardless of their background or political affiliation, to stand united in defense of their nation. It is a call to protect the integrity of their institutions, their economy, and their very way of life. The future of the Philippines depends on the choices made today. Choosing vigilance, unity, and a steadfast commitment to the common good is the only path towards a brighter and more secure future for all Filipinos.